Hello. Okay. Today we're gonna do something important before we paint. Aside from having some issues when I glued this thing in. And that's fine because we can easily remove it and put it somewhere safe so we can attach it to the wig later. But one important thing that we need to do today is me here, my audio. Okay. It is to seal the frigging foam. Why? The problem with the foam I use, it is extreme cheap foam. That is very porous. So what happens when you try to paint that is that the paint is gonna wear off. It's gonna smidge off. You are not gonna end up with anything, basically. So today there is a good day outside. I was thinking, yeah, maybe the good day can help me to do this because I cannot grind it either because of the quality. So the best thing that we can do is to just give it a coat of like glue in here. So for that, we are just gonna do this. So the entire string is probably not gonna build anything new. I'm gonna just try to put with hot glue. I'm like giving an imprimation with it. I don't know. Sometimes you need to mix it with water, but sometimes it's not necessary. One thing for sure, it's gonna be sticky as hell and should put something on the floor. But white glue is not gonna be that problematic to wash off. But let me see. Seal with a foam. The glue has to be mixed with water. Okay. 3 parts of glue to 1 part of water. Okay, got it. I think I have the perfect receptacle for that one. Give me a moment and I'll bring it. Yeah, this is why I keep these ones around from the yogurt. It's a perfect receptacle for doing this. I should have probably gotten a bigger thing though to do this. But well. We're just putting the rest of the bottle in here. I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna have enough for everything, but it's much better to catch on to do stuff than not doing anything as well. And as much glue as we can fit in is gonna be welcome. Man, it doesn't stop, eh? Would you look at that? The white and sticky doesn't stop. Holy hell. Okay. Oh no, yeah, there is still more. And they stop coming, and the one stop coming. And the one stop coming. Mm-hmm. Okay. I think this can be it. Maybe I put too much water. Yeah, I definitely put too much water. It doesn't feel. It feels like I put more water than the other thing. Don't worry. That's why we have a second one. But probably next time I'm gonna bring a big bottle. I'm just gonna put just. Bro. I think everything was condensed into that one. Well, it's fine. It's fine, like I say. I don't know if it's gonna be sticky enough though. Yeah, we will just put everything. What's the point now? I say we want to harden it by this point. We are soul transferring people the classical way. Dun, dun. Okay, man. I'm tired of putting this one upside down. I'm gonna leave it upside down in like a corner and let that thing go through, and that's it. And well, make sure. I mean, the floor is already damaged enough because it's old, so I don't freaking care. And yeah, let's just gonna put some paper underneath, even though the paper is not gonna do much, to be honest. Okay. So we are only gonna cover the outside area of the helmet, like this. Okay? We are not gluing it, we just want the glue to cover the surface and to reduce all the porous surface of the foam. So what happens is when this dries out, it will be much better to paint. And we will put this one and the other ones, obviously, somewhere else. So we can paint them later on, but somewhere that they can dry off. I couldn't even put them in the window. But the window doesn't have a lot of space for that, sadly. But still, it should be good enough. Kind of. Don't forget, we are doing all the parts of the armor today. And some people say, like, why? And he said, no, yeah. I don't like that it's too, like, flimsy on here. Yeah, I understand that why. It looks a little bit flimsy, but one, it was not entirely my fault. I can always fix that. But two, it's good because in the end, if you are gonna wear this for, like, I'll say an entire day, you need to take account that you need to be comfortable inside of it. Like, yeah, this is one of the biggest debates in the cosplay scene. Do you want to be accurate or do you want to be comfortable? Because I'll say this, it depends on your expectations, on what you're trying to achieve with this. My achievement is to look as accurate as possible within reason. That's the whole thing, within reason, because you know that if I wanted to wear a full plate armor, I would just sometimes I will say the amount of money that some people put in their cosplays is enough to freaking wear a full scale armor. And I'm not gonna lie, Sometimes I even think that of myself. Like, wouldn't it be much better to just buy a straight away an armor? And it's not a bad move, to be honest. But like I say, it all depends on the intent that you have with the costume. For me, it's simple. I want to look as a quality Grimm, but that doesn't mean I am gonna to suffer. Because it's gonna be suffering enough being in the bodysuit than than anything, to be honest. I think I did. I think the consistency, yeah, the consistency is fine. I and it doesn't matter if it leaves like a couple of spots like that, but like this, it should be fine. Uh, Tell me, well, we keep them separate and we keep it somewhere where they can dry off safely. It should be okay. And like maybe in 2 days, we can start painting them. If if oh, I need to be careful as well. 1, 2. Ah, shit. Mm-hmm. Uh, we can leave these ones, take them away already, so we can maximize the space that we have available in here, so they can go and dry off. Even the gauntlets, of course. The gauntlets to prevent them to get the to like kind of sticky. I'm gonna wear them and we will just do the same treatment. Maybe this is too much. Just like that. Yeah, that's enough, I think, for the entire gauntlet. The good thing as well is gonna give them this glossy kind of effect when it dries off and we put the paint in. So it's gonna be even a little bit more realistic. And even the glue sometimes might even help a little bit to secure the joint on the gauntlet. Hey, Sikandra, how is it going? We are sealing the foam today so we can paint it. And we are sealing it with just a simple mix of a white sticky thing. It's just white glue, okay? It's just white glue. Don't think that I suddenly decided to be very lovely. I mean, we can get one of my figurines and put them in the freaking plastic box, you know? Well, in the freaking yogurt container. That's why I like to keep the yogurt containers. Because like I say, they can be really useful when you have to do all these creative things and say, yeah, I need a container for paint, for everything. Yogurt container. You, I mean, you pay This is one thing I hate about. By the way, I kind of like made the freaking thing a little bit more safer in here. You pay as well for the containers and you throw them away into the trash. Like, it's just like such a waste when they can be useful for other stuff as well. I like to use a container. Well, not all the time, but whenever I have a practical use for them, I'll still use them. until, well, the practical use is gone. Then I'll use a different container. Okay. So you can see me, what the hell I am doing. Yeah, it should be waterproof, but there is no rain. It should be waterproof. Um, the costume is not gonna come off because what I did is I glued it, and the glue basically what it does, it melts into the globe. For example, in this case, and it will be okay because most of the time they are just simple pieces. Okay, one singular piece, which is the best case solution, and the ones that we contracted them to like make them together, they are taped beneath the surface and glued, so there should be no problem. So yeah, this is also a way to prevent that kind of situation that you say. So this is, do you see that it's glossy because of the white, the mixture? Because this one, the purpose of this actually looks really nice in the camera as well, is to seal the foam. So what happens is when this is sealed and I want to paint over it, the paint shouldn't come off that easily. Eventually will come off because it happens. It happens to the best of us. But this is preventing that, basically. So if we let this dry for like a day or two, it will be perfect for painting. And meanwhile, because we cannot do like more safeguards, like putting the thing here, like check, because we already did all the pieces of armor. No, but I might show up on my friend's Twitch channel because he is a live streamer, my friend Gao. And probably I will show up from time to time on his live stream. And he's live streaming on Twitch. Probably, I don't know if he's gonna be inside. I'm gonna be sharing with him because it happens from time to time. I like to bully him on stream as well. So yeah, I am not gonna live stream it because I don't have the equipment to live stream. Basically, I have the camera. I'm happy with the camera quality, but it's just that, like, if you see someone streaming the event, you might spot me on the background. But most probably no, unless I announce it on the Discord server. But probably you're not gonna hear from me on the live event. You might see, maybe I might post a short after I come back home, some shit like that, but not live reactions. Maybe if I find a good interaction with a good Alice, then yeah, probably you will see that. Uh, so yeah. And the other thing is, for example, I need to get more of this. But also yesterday, when I was trying this one for a while, one of them snapped, and I had to glue them with hot glue. In the end, I probably, yeah, I'm kind of proud of these ones. Oh well, it's gonna prime them as well in here. It's just that I don't think this is gonna be a very long live stream in cosmaking because after this, I don't really have anything else to do or prepare in the cosplay. In the sense, to be honest. So after the live stream, we can think about what. Ah, no, I need to prepare. Yeah, I need to prepare the content, the promotional material for the Azul and Mira. As well. Man, I like how glossy the freaking thing gets, eh? Look at this. Okay, tell me your opinion, but if you look like this on the camera, okay, just like this, what would you think it is? Do you think it, without the paint, obviously, but it looks a little bit shiny and metallic, eh? A little bit, not too much. But don't you think? What do you think, eh? Sikandra and Keyword? If you guys are still there. I think it looks kind of metallic. I say it was a good option that I decided to prime them today. I should have primed them yesterday, but I was too lazy, man. I say doing your own cosplay, people forget how time consuming and money consuming is this, eh? I There's this cosplayer girl I know. We are not friends, but we are acquaintances and we have talked in real life a couple of times already. She's been working the entire past month on the cosplay, aside from having her regular job as well. And man, the amount people people in the Dokomi, because it's the big convention from Germany. Okay, the biggest convention in Germany actually, not counting the Gamescom, but for people that like anime, manga, and everything. Hello, Rama. How's it going? We are priming the gauntlets and all the armor pieces that we did yesterday from Grimm to seal the foam, and so we can later on paint on the top of them without the paint being corroded or anything like that. Hey. Uh, well, I hope that Blaze is not cooking. Blaze was complaining yesterday that it's really hot in India right now. It's really, really, really hot in there. I can, even in London, in here as well, it's getting, man, I knew it. When I saw that the winter was not that chilly, I said to myself, prepare for a very hot summer. Unbelievable. Hey. No, that was one of the gauntlets. This is one of the thighs. I'm still thinking about the skirt because I need to find a belt because I don't have a belt, so I need to find one or something that can add up as a belt for the green costume. But it's kind of weird because the belt and the skirt on the belt is in the in-game sprite, but then when you see the artwork of Toro, it doesn't show that much, to be honest. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, in the end, in Indonesia, you get rain season and just the non-rain season, right? Like you don't have like winter and summer and spring, right? I forgot if Indonesia is in the line of equator, right? It's just some people that they forget that some countries they don't actually have like seasons. Seasons is just a very thing that happens mostly around like the southern and the northern parts of the globe. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Like you have the rain season and the dry season, and that's it. Also, because as well, countries that they are, I'll be back. Give me a moment. Countries that tend to be like more uh, closer to the line of equator and things like that, they don't tend to have those types of seasons. This is the back of the armor, by the way. Yeah, I know. It's cosplaying is a lot of handwork and money as well. Like, uh, like I said, but just doing the armor, if we don't count, if we only count how much a foam is, I could have spent easily just in foam, and because I am on the cheap side, but easily maybe 20 euro just on the foam, man. And I'm on the cheaper side. But because I am on the cheaper side, I need to do this. If I didn't buy the cheap foam for Decathlon, I wouldn't have to be doing this. To be honest. No, it's 1140. Oh no, yeah, because the sun when it gets to my flat, the sun usually gets around there maybe past 1 p.m. So yeah, but the sun, don't worry, the sun is gonna bother my flat soon-ish. Don't worry about that. It will come eventually. Man, I'm just loving the gloss of the frigging mixture. I hope that it's sealing well. But we won't know that until it dries off. So until it dries off, it's gonna be a huge mystery if this is going well or not, to be honest. Yeah, that's it. Hey. No, yeah, thanks, Grandma. Thanks. No, in the end, I just want two things with the cosplay. One, I don't want it to break during the convention. Two, I want to have fun. I just want to have fun, show the cosplay, do some memes, create some entertainment for you. So you also, people, guys, I wanted you guys to also showcase, because one good thing about conventions is like, even though there might be difference between countries and shit like that, but the vibes are usually the same. And I hope that it doesn't matter if the convention is big or small, but I would like to encourage you that you decided to take a chance with me. Yeah, I understand that a lot of people they have anxiety, a lot of people they have um, uh, a lot of like hurdles. It's not easy to go to to just go show up on a convention, especially if you go alone. But I want to show people that conventions are not as scary. Yeah, the big ones that there is so many people, yeah, it can get a little bit overwhelming and overstimulating. But even if you want to scale it down to a convention that is around your area, just give it a go. Give it a try. You never know. It's always, for me, one day I'll share why conventions are so important for me in a blog. But for me, conventions, they literally saved my social life. Even even in here in Germany, conventions are literally, oh man, oh man, you got dirty. Ah, you got something from the ground. Well, it's fine. I wouldn't have met my friend Gao if I didn't go to my first convention here in Germany. And I decided to approach him because he was cosplaying Arknights. I was cosplaying Arknights as well. Yeah, no, you know what? And talking about taking cosplay pictures with cosplayers and stuff. Meanwhile, you're not being awkward and you are respectful of boundaries and shit like that. Most cosplayers, if you just approach when they are not sitting down or eating, or they don't seem to be busy talking with someone else or taking other pictures, you can just approach them and say, hey, do you mind if I take a picture? Like, with courtesy, no touching cosplayers. Make that clear because a lot of guys, they like to, like, take a picture, like, hugging the hip and shit like that. No touching. Absolutely not. Okay? No touching hips, nothing. Maybe if the cosplayer they propose to do like a, if you ask the cosplayer like you can do the heart together or some shit like that, and if she accepts, then or he, then yes. But physical contact is usually a big no-no unless they allow you to do physical contact. But if not, uh-uh, absolutely not. Especially because you don't want them to take a picture of you or report you as well to the convention, to security, because security as well is really aware that a lot of people, not including men, they take advantage of cosplaying pictures to touch others inappropriately. And yes, this is something that happens all the freaking time. Yeah, no, that's fine. If you just want to do like a thumbs up or something like that, it's completely fine. What is not fine is that don't touch the cosplayers at all. You might say something that might make them uncomfortable or some shit like that, and that's reasonable. Okay, because not everything, like I say, probably some people they might see me on the convention and just call me, oh yeah, that guy likes the DD game, that guy likes that guy, don't approach to him. He's cosplaying from a hentai game, and that's fine. To be honest, when you are portraying a character, when you are in public, you are also at the same scrutiny like the people they will expect from your character. For example, I got a tweet today from someone that said, "Please don't do this. Don't go around do the things that Green do." And I say, "No, man, don't worry. I'm not planning to be a monster like Green. Like that's completely. I'm not gonna go around touching Alice's inappropriately and getting them into a dungeon. If you know what I mean." Maybe I put too much. Maybe I put too much though. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, I think this is fine. If it's too much, well, it will wear off. Okay. I'm gonna put this one on the other room as well. So you have one of my secrets. What is one of my secrets? What do you think is one of my secrets? Huh? I don't have many. Keeping secrets is very time consuming and bothering. And anyways, no, I'll tell you one thing about secrets. Doesn't matter how much you keep them, at some point, your sins will surface you. I haven't played Demon Roots off camera. I'm reserving myself. I saw what the bad ending route is, and I'll be honest, it seems like a mechanical challenge. Like, it looks very puzzle, but it's true that, holy shit, the bad ending. The bad ending is definitely something. But without any I'll keep saying that my biggest complaint about Demon Roots is that actually, and excluding the bad ending, but some of the best gear in the game, or the best hints to get gear in the game, that look behind the plus 18 section of the game. And when you're trying to be like a game that is marketed that you can be a plus 13 game if you censor the images, then yeah. So no, I have seen the scenes, okay, uncensored, and yeah, I can admit it can get brutal. The ones that I can reach, especially, my God, how they dress the characters in the bad ending. It just goes super from 0 to 11, basically, on that one. Like, no breaks at all. So, yeah, I understand why people might have a problem with Demon Roots. But like I say, in Black Souls, it takes you less than 5 minutes to be a horrible person. In Black Souls 2 as well. So I'll still say, even though the content in Demon Roots is definitely more on the hardcore, super hardcore part of it, but it doesn't seem to, whenever you decide to censor the game or you decide to play the story without losing, overall, the the game is it's a game about an oppressive system which is enslaving people, and how the demons represent that freedom, or at least the polka. I think that polka is a very relatable protagonist. I don't know how will I qualify her though, because like I say, the demons they seem to be just trying to exist, to be chill with humanity and all of that. But when literally humanity has a kind of fucking white ghost that is killing demons around for some reason, I don't know. I find it so. Why humans in particular, they seem to have this kind of otherworldly protection. But then there is some like the big mystical beast. They haven't done much against that. Like what is so scary about, well, probably yeah, we know. Because in King's Exit it's after the demons won, right? What? What Rama? I need to put the chat in here. I need to be closer to here so I can read you all. But yeah, what Rama? At least, what do you want to say, man? You just say, hey, and then you just don't do anything. What's that theory? You want to say know my opinion on you? Bro, you need to cool off sometimes. I tell you right now, you need to disengage. You need to cool off. You need to take a breath. You need to take a step back. Sometimes, I guess, like I say, people they don't like when people are they like stability on people. They like people that they can be talked with. You can have a nice, enjoyable chat. But bro, listen, you are an adult like me, a younger adult than me. You have already your fair share of life, and I know it can get anxiety and depressing sometimes. And I understand it's a difficult navigation through life. Okay, we live a life where we are programmed a certain way. We have feelings and desires. Everyone does. Sometimes, man, you need to know when to just have a step back and think about this, because if you are, like, for example, now the job center wants paperwork from me from 2024. Is a little, and they want to see my previous like application that I did. Honestly, honestly, the only thing, it's not like I am interested in. Mm-hmm. Okay. Just three questions. Okay. So one, are you like through your life? A real honest question. Have you encountered yourself in social environments with multiple people? I'm gonna go and let this one dry in the other room. That it it made you like, do you understand like that social etiquette? Like, how do you think that social etiquette works? in special depends. Like for example, imagine that you go to a convention. Exactly. So what do you think is the social? What do you think is people expect from you when they don't know you? That's my real good question. What and the second question is, what do you expect from the others when you don't know them? What do you want? Mm, okay, no, wrong. I don't know. I don't think that that's the kind of social etiquette. The real answer is you need to read the room. For me, it's not about shutting up and ask what needed. I think it's all about reading the room. It's the most important thing in social etiquette. Like sometimes you need to know when to talk about something, when to not talk about something, when you want to interrupt a conversation. It's one of the yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, honesty, respect. I guarantee you. But I'll say this: even if someone doesn't like me and they show it clearly, like for example, I told you about this cosplayer of Uma Musume that I said a joke, she didn't like it, and um, when I follow her on Instagram, she immediately blocked me, and she did, which I find it fine. But yeah, I think being honest with people, being blunt, is also a good technique. Like, even if you come from different perspectives in life, whatever, I think it's important to do this. But I'm gonna ask you the third real question. Okay. So, what do you think? Are you are you happy with the things you are doing in your life to push it forward? Do you think that the treatment that you give people to people, the impression that people have on you is positive or negative? What do you think people think about you? Yes, I also have my own opinion, but it's important as well to think what people think about you. If you really want to be a more socially open person, not me like me, a bastard that doesn't give a fuck, pretty much. I mean, I do give a fuck about what people think about me, but only the people that I care what they think about me. And most people just don't give a shit. Most of people they will never even dare to meet the real you, anyways. And well, they wouldn't even bother in this time, day and age. A lot of people don't give chances to people. And I think that's sad because as soon as something looks like it's not cool enough or clean enough or some shit like that, people they disconnect so easily. Uh, I mean, gonna is don't don't forget one thing as well. People that you meet online can be friends as well, but people online can fill you with some degree of like when loneliness and all of that. But you should not and this comes from a guy that barely leaves his house, but you should not neglect the real social aspect of your life. And so, if you think that people they have a negative opinion on you, okay, then think about this. If you really, because I don't believe that people change that easily, unless someone has to go through a life-changing revelation. With most people, they don't. They just get tired. People with time. One thing that you need to learn about people with age as well is the older you get, the less you care. Because whenever we are younger, we are always trying to fit in, fit in, fit in. And when we realize that we need to cherry pick our friends and our interactions and things like that, you need to be aware of that. Okay, I think I prime more or less everything. Oh, I mean, I used too much glue on this. But being silent, it's not a, a freaking bad thing either. It depends on the context. Like I say, reading the room is really important. I think to be a successful socialite, you need to do two things: read the room, put yourself in the shoes of others. If you read the room, you will know what to say and when to say it. And if you can at least put put your um put your feet in the shoes of others, you can empathize with them. Not and then you can choose if you wanna interact more with that person or not. Like my live stream, people can watch my content and say, "Hey, this guy is cool. I like his Black Souls content. Oh, he's live streaming. I'm gonna check out." And then that's the live streams are my filter. So okay, one event. You don't need to describe me this event, but internalize it. What this event made you change? Like there is always a one. Like I say, there is life changing events for me. It came in the frigging way that I abandoned my family and I left my house. Something that I wanted to do since I was 15, 14, because I saw the writing on the wall. My area in Spain is not very rich. It doesn't offer a lot of opportunities. My family situation was not the best. And I decided to get off. And hold on, you type on the chat, I'll read you now. I'm gonna record a small video. So everything is kind of prime already. With the group, well, that one is a little bit like this, but for the Grimm Cosplay, it's gonna be fine. But now we need to let this dry and make sure that when we paint it, we're not gonna leave a mess. So, oh well, can stay here for a day or two drying, and I need to get the other stuff so we can assemble the armor on my body. Maybe changing a couple of pixels, this sort of stuff. But progress is progress. Also, as well, I'm gonna, since I'm finished with the cosplay section, that was the only thing I was going to do today for the cosplay. I'm gonna probably keep this water around the mixture, so if I needed it, I can do it later. So let's gonna transition this live stream. Oh yeah, these ones as well. Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. Um, I'm just gonna take a picture. Well, okay. I'm gonna transition the streams to something more like variety content again, because like I said, I wasn't planning to do much with the cosplay today because uh, we don't have that much to do. What do you walk into here? Uh, you walk into me finishing the live stream about this. So you were okay. Let's gonna finish the stream and let's gonna jump into a more diverse stream. Okay. Let me just change book it. Hold on. Hey. Hey. Hold on. I'm gonna send you all to the new stream. Hey. 5 reasons why I exist. I don't know. You can find your own reasons though. Hey. Let's go. And yeah, I'll watch my feed. Don't worry.